Alright everyone, so when you own tons of animals like me, I have my White's tree frogs, have Mufasa, my marine toad, and I have many and several species of cockroaches. It comes with a lot of stuff that they need within their care. And on today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the top 5 items reptile keepers need if you don't already have them. So for item number 1, this is probably the most common. This is a handheld thermometer. And if you're wondering what this is useful for when keeping reptiles, if you need a certain basking spot for your animals, like a bearded dragon or other types of lizards or snakes, you just press down the button and make sure it's on Fahrenheit. And there's a little laser dot and you can measure how warm it is right there. And that spot at 71. And the higher it goes up, starts to get warmer and stuff. And right here we have BB Tyson, my White's tree frog. And these are also really nice to check like the temperature of your heat pad, or just to check what the temperature of your light bulbs are up here. And I've been using these for a while. I've never had to change the batteries, thankfully, in this one. And they seem to work very well when you're keeping animals like this. And they work really well if you just need to check like the temperature of their substrate. Like in right here, it's around 67 degrees. And I want the temperature up here to be more higher than down there. And around here, it's around 72 degrees. And it shows you the temperature, and you can always, if you're a Celsius person, change it to Celsius. I recommend Fahrenheit. So these are very awesome to check like basking temperatures and just check the temperature of the substrate and stuff like that. And before we continue, all the links in the description will have all the links to these and where you can buy them. Most of these are regular cheap, some of them are more expensive, but these are definitely some must-need items for keeping animals like reptiles and even invertebrates. Now this is definitely one of the most needed items no matter what, because when you're keeping reptiles, you kind of need a hydrometer of some sort to check the humidity and the heat levels. And there is hundreds, if not thousands, of hydrometers that you can buy online. Right here is probably one of my favorite, which is not sponsored, but is the Govee Hydrometer. Now these originally are not made for reptile use, but I've seen a lot of reptile people use this, and I got this from my dad, and they seem to work very well. And what's cool about these things is you can hook it up to the Govee app, and when you're not at home, if you're on vacation, you can check the temperature of your animal's cage. And I believe you can get a 2-pack for these for around 20 bucks, if not around 30, which is pretty cheap. And right here you have the temperature in Fahrenheit and the humidity levels right below. So when you're keeping these animals, you definitely need something like this. And normally it's on my frog's tank. I took it out for this video. I keep it on this Velcro strap. And it seems to work very well, and I've been using these for quite a while now, and they seem to work awesome for my tree frogs. So right here I have my Madagascar and black tiger hisser cockroach colony. And if you're wondering what this has to do with the video, these cockroaches need heat, and I use a heat mat. And something very important, if you need to put a heat mat under a hide or in different areas of the tank, specifically for your tarantulas, invertebrates, and your snakes and stuff, you're gonna need a thermostat. This is what a thermostat looks like, and the main use of these is so that you can control the temperature of the heat mat so it doesn't roast and cook your reptiles. You just plug it to the wall, which plugs into an outlet, and you plug in the heat mat to the other side right here. And there's this little probe that you put inside the heat mat, which I've taped up against this side of the enclosure, and then it monitors the temperature. And something awesome about these are you can change the temperature. You just hold down the set button, wait until it blinks, and you can raise it up higher and lower. I believe the max is like 130, but I don't believe you'll need your temperatures that high. I keep mine around 76 because then it gets around 100. But when it's touching the surface, it doesn't get that hot, and the heat emits off and keeps not as hot as 100, so that's why I keep mine around. Especially when you're using your snakes, you don't want to cook your snakes and burn them, which is very possible when using heat mats, and you do not want that to happen. And if your heat mats are being too cold, you definitely need one of these to raise the temperature of your heat mat so you can have the correct temps for your animals. Now these are more the expensive side, but they are definitely needed for your animals. I definitely recommend these. Now, a few videos ago, I showed these not too long ago. It is a Reptile ceramic heat emitter. And like I've said in that video, I definitely recommend these over any other heating sources for when you're doing overhead heating like this in the lamps. They're just way better, and they keep the tank warmer, and they're way cheaper and you get more use out of these ones. Right here, I bought these in a 2-pack for around 20 bucks, which is pretty decent for 2 of them. Depending on what animal or species you need, you can change it to what watt you need on the website, which might be more expensive. But I definitely recommend these. These are from Lucky Herp. I got these on Amazon. They seem to work very well. And for the last item of today's video, we have this Phosma time setter right here. I don't know the exact name of these things. I'm just gonna go with time setter. So if you're not familiar with what this is, basically you change the times to whatever you need so that your heat or your lights turn off at whatever time you need. Specifically at nighttime so that you get the day and night cycle for your animals. And I've been using these brands for a while and they seem to work very well. You plug these into the outlet and you plug in your Reptile heat mat or your Reptile lamp right here. And it's really easy to use. It comes with the instructions. I'm not going to explain fully how to use it. You change on what time that they turn on and what time they turn off. And you can change it to what hour and what minute, and there's different modes and tons of different stuff, and it works very awesome. And I highly recommend these for your animals because it's better than having to go onto the side of your tank and switch off a switch. These just make it way easier for the hobby, and they're very inexpensive, and they're very awesome to use. And I can't remember, but I believe these come in a 2-pack for relatively cheap. So to finish off today's video, we're gonna feed my white tree frogs their crickets. As you can see, BB's going wild for his cricket. And we'll get Tyson's. Here you go, Tyson. White tree frogs are really crazy with their food, and they're good at their tongue feeding, and they're really nice about it. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you learned some new items to use for this reptile hobby. Thank you all for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe if you have not, if you want to see more of these awesome videos. I'll see you guys on the next video. Goodbye everyone.